Week 4 has come and gone. Ford is no longer the leading scorer in the league after that disaster class performance last week. But we'll get into it like we always do. Gil, still undefeated, 4-0. People are saying he's had a cupcake of a schedule. I'm personally not saying that, but I've heard the whispers around the league. They're saying everyone would have a winning record with his schedule. Again, I'm not saying that, but people are. Rory gets his first win. Exciting times to be in the league, as it always is. But as always, we have our winner, we have our loser of the week. Our winner of the week, Caleb. First time on the video. Why don't you host a little press conference? What do you got to say, man?
Coach, congratulations on the big win this week. Tell us what went well out there for you.
Yeah, thanks, Stephanie. Great win. Really wasn't sure how things were going to come out. Came all the way down to the Monday night games, but got some huge contributions from the running backs. We love to lean on our running game, and those guys really stepped up when it counted most. So that was good to see.
What are your plans to get Kyle Pitts more involved moving forward?
Well, candidly, Stephanie, Kyle Pitts has about the separation. Gets about the separation of your girlfriend the first month of dating. Complete coverage. I don't know what we're going to do there.
Any plans to move on from him?
Well, to be honest, kind of surprised that I haven't already gotten some trade offers from Chase or Sam offering backup tight end for my running back number one. So I don't know. Maybe I should check my emails again because I was sure that was going to come in at some point. I don't know. We'll see. Don't know what the future's going to hold there.
Any surprises around the league this week?
Well, SJ lost to a guy with Najee in his team name, so that's never good. Props to him, though. He did make sure that Kyle Pitts was not the lowest scoring starter in the league this week. Carson Steele going for -0.3. That was pretty electric. That was probably the biggest surprise for me this week.
What do you think about Jaden Daniels' Rookie of the Year hopes?
He looks really good. I hate to speculate on it, but the Commanders, they might be back. I think if he can keep up that connection with Scary Terry, start to open up the offense a little more, I like his chances a lot.
Awesome. Thanks. Good luck, Coach.
Yep, thank you.
First off, Caleb, love the format. Love what you had to say. Love the press conference. Second off, Kyle Pitts does suck. We've been saying it. Everyone's been saying it. Third of off, what is that workout plan you're on, brother? You got to let me know what supplements you hitting. Hit my line, dude. On the opposite side, we have Caleb, who scored 158. Barely beat out Chase, 154, would have been Chase's second time. We had one single player not break 100 this week, and that will be none other than our dear friend Ford. Ford, what happened, man?
Good morning, everyone. I'm this week's big loser. I was going to say it's been fun seeing everyone post their videos and stuff. Good idea from Levin until it's me. And now I'm not having a lot of fun. Supposed to get to 11 last night, but I have a sick day today because I feel like ass. So I'm sending it today. I'm fully convinced I got sick because I had to watch this team. So I'm just going to go through and just absolutely shit on my entire team for a second here. Just rant a little bit. For starters, Joe Mixon, get your fucking ass back on the goddamn field. Holy shit. Also, I refuse to believe that Tua is the reason that Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill are good at football. Why is everyone on the Dolphins fucking incompetent now? Jalen Waddle looks horrible. I just don't get it. I mean, he looks downright incompetent. I refuse to believe that Tua is that good. That now everyone on the Dolphins are the worst team in the league now without Tua. I just don't get it. Oh my God, that makes me so angry. Okay, my bad. So my team sucks. Joe Mixon hurt, pussy. David Njoku hurt, pussy. Isaiah Pacheco hurt. He snapped his leg in half, so maybe not quite as big of a pussy, but he needs to come back. Now to my boys that actually played. I have Josh Allen in every single fantasy league I'm in. So it was a rough week. He looked like ass. Brees Hall, 4 yards on a dozen carries. Weirdly, after all the shit we give Steelers players, they were the only ones that showed up for me. Freiermuth and Pickens are sick. I don't know. My team's bad. Levin gave me a lot of credit for being the highest scorer through 3 weeks. And now I'm at the bottom of the league. I'm the one year we decide to put in a punishment and Ford decides to be ass at this. If anyone wants to take Brandon Ayuk or Jalen Waddle off my hands, I'll just send them to you. You give me like a defense or like a kicker. At the end of the day, at least I have Jaden Daniels, and at least I'm not a Cowboys fan. Sam, your life must suck.
Ford, sorry to hear that you're sick, but yes, your team did suck a lot last week. And it's crazy because you are 1-3. You're still top 5 in the league in scoring, if that makes you feel any better, but you sit at 1-3. We do have some parity in the league, which is really nice to see. Obviously, we got Gillum 4-0, sitting alone at the top, and then Chase is sitting at 3-1. And then we have 5 teams that are 2-2, and the rest is 1-3. We got Ford, Rory, and Ben at 1-3. So everyone's still very much in it. Obviously, we're only 4 weeks in. We got 10 weeks left of the regular season. A lot could happen, a lot could change, but yes, very exciting as always. You know, I love this stuff. This is fun. But we'll get into the matchups. I did not do very good again. I went 2-3 on predictions, bring me to 9-11 on the year. So sub 500. That's just not acceptable. We're going to have to be better. We'll get into the first matchup, which was Derek and Sam. Could not have been more wrong on this one. Hand up, got this one so wrong. I said Derek was a buzzsaw, and then he scored 104, was bottom 5 in the league in scoring. Sam dropped 150. He was top 3 in scoring. Top 3. Good job, Sam. You were top 3. Wheels kind of fell off for Derek this week. Mark Andrews with the 0 burgers, his tight end. He had Malik Neighbors scoring over 20. Brian Thomas Jr. with 21 on the bench. That's tough to see. Kyler, not sure what happened. Not sure what's going on with him. Only 9 points. Saquon, he had the 60-plus yard carry in the second half, and then he touched the ball one more time. I'm not going to blame Saquon on that one. That's a Nick Sirianni disaster class. That's what that was. Amari Cooper had literally a touchdown hit him in the helmet, and then another one get called back. So tough one. Wouldn't have mattered. I mean, he lost by 40. So Derek drops to 2-2. He's in 5th. Sam with the big win, led by Jaden Reed, who is a beast when Jordan Love is playing. He had a pretty solid matchup all around. Brenton Strange with 4, Dolphins with 4. Everyone else was double digits. He had CeeDee Lamb with 23. I already hit on Jaden Reed, who had 27. Jameson Williams ripped off that big touchdown. And Pittman, with Anthony Richardson injured, looks like a good receiver again with Joe Flacco at the helm. So if Anthony Richardson misses some time, Sam should be in pretty good shape. But we'll see what happens, right? He was limited in practice today. But Sam, congrats on the win. You're in 6th place. And yeah, Derek, got to get back in the win column next week, brother. All right, this was our lowest scoring total matchup of the week. It was about 200 combined points. We got Ford, who drops to 1-3, is in 8th place, versus Gillum, who is 4-0. He scored 119, so he was bottom half in the scoring this week. Got a little bit lucky that he ran into Ford, but he is 4-0. You're never going to apologize for a win. We'll get into Ford's team first. Yeah, I mean, his first 4 guys, Josh Allen, Brees Hall, Devin Singletary, Brandon Ayuk, none of them scored more than 8 points. That's not good if you're a math guy. I'm not a math guy. Not good. Freiermuth was 16. George Pickens was 16. Godwin was not very good. Ladd McConkey on the bench. That was a bad decision. Made me sad. Come on, guys. Come on, lock in. Jalen Waddle sucks with his backup QB, and then Dowdle with 13 on the bench too. So, yeah, Ford's hurting. I think everyone thought his team was going to be very solid, myself included, and it has been very solid through 2 weeks. But, he really needs Joe Mixon back, who I thought he was going to play last week. He practiced the end of the week, and he didn't practice today. So I don't think anyone knows what's going on with Joe Mixon. But Gillum, yeah, honestly, I've been saying his team is like that boy nice. You got Jordan Addison on the bench too, who had 22. Brian Robinson Jr. did not practice today, which could be good for Austin Eckler coming back this upcoming week. JSN looked solid. Jamar was good. Obviously, James Cook had a little bit of a stinker. Baltimore just really beat the brakes off of the Bills. Kyron just loves finding the end zone. It was a fine week for Gillum. I mean, he wouldn't have won against most teams, but he got a little bit lucky with his matchup. So that's what happened. 4-0 is in first. Gillum's 4-0, and 4 drops to 8th place, 1-3. Next matchup, we had Steele taking on Rory. Rory was looking for his first win of the season, and he got it. Thank you, Rory. We always love to see Steele lose, especially after he beats me the week before. So, I mean, Carson Steele with negative 0.4. You're not going to win many games if one of your flexes scores negative points for you. Don't know if that's a bold thing for me to say, but I'm saying it. Laporto looked like a little bit like himself from last year with 9 points. I see that that Steele put in Rome Odunze after I said something, which, sorry about that, Steele. If he would have left Christian Kirk in, who I think he had him before, he would have won. So maybe you shouldn't listen to me. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Olave was solid with 16, Jordan Mason with 24, Lamar with 23. I mean, Steele's guys, like his dudes, all played well, and then his bottom 4 just really let him down. 2 negative 0.4 for between his 2 flexes and his defense versus, Najee Nation had the 49ers defense with 23 points. That's the difference right there. I mean, Rory's tight end Gesicki had 0.1, which is not good, but it didn't matter. He still had 136 this week. He was led by Nico Collins with 33, who's a beast, leading the league in receiving yards. He's a dog. Mahomes with 13, not a very good fantasy QB. He had Swift on the bench with 29. We'll see if he gets him in the lineup this week. Lazard's been decent. And I think Rory actually picked up Justin Fields, which is crazy. We're back on the Justin Fields train. Rory makes sense. He's a Steelers fan. He's got to ride with his guys. But the Steeler-Najee combo, the Fields-Najee combo, I don't know if it would feed families, but it's definitely a combo. You guys know Fields was my guy last year, and I did not make the playoffs. So that's that. Yeah, Steele, 2-2, 7th place. Rory gets his first win. Congratulations, 1-3, 9th place. No more winless teams. All right, we have Ben and Caleb. Ben got very unlucky, 139.7. Wasn't enough to get a win. He was 4th in scoring, but went up against the winner of the week in Caleb, who is in 3rd place at 2-2. So we'll get into Ben's side first, who, again, 140 points is a very good amount of points. Obviously, Devontae Adams with a late scratch, subbed him out. Baker actually outscored C.J. Stroud on his bench. He had 28.8 to C.J. Stroud's 23. He's rostering 3 quarterbacks, which is interesting, but they're all very good, so I'm not going to hate on him. Xavier Worthy over Quentin Johnson would have, I don't even think it would have been enough. Yeah, wouldn't have been enough. Don't think there was really anything he could have done unless he played Baker. I guess there was something. He could have played Baker, the Bucs defense, and Xavier Worthy, and he would have won, but then he would have had to been perfect. And that just never happens for anyone. So, again, not really anything he could have done. Rachaad White, pretty disappointing this season. Ceding a lot of work to Bucky Irving. Jets defense with 8. His kicker with 14. But all in all, like Deontay Johnson looked great. Kittle looked great. Chuba's been awesome. You got to feel good even if you're 1-3, right? I mean, maybe not because you're in 10th place right now, Ben, but that's promising. Caleb, like I said, love the video. Very solid all around. He did this with his tight end scoring 0 points. It really was just because of Kenneth Walker running all over the Lions on Monday Night Football with 33. But outside of his defense, A-Kane scored 5 points, and then everyone had at least 10. Raiders had 10. Jake Moody had 11. Everyone else had 15 or more. So, very good. Jaden Daniels looks awesome. Caleb, like I said, is in 3rd place at 2-2. Ben is in last at 1-3. Me and Chase. Yeah, Chase dogged me. I'm not going to lie. He really beat me pretty bad. Derrick Henry with 35, Brian Robinson with 20, Diggs with 18, Mike Evans looked great. I think I said like in my video that he's definitely scoring a touchdown this week. I was right there. Tyreek looks awful. I don't know what you do with Tyreek if you're a Tyreek owner. But Chase, second highest score, 154. His team's very hot or cold. Got him on the hot week. It is what it is. I scored 110. Not great. Rashee Rice going down, obviously the zero burger. The game was over before Sunday Night Football started, and then Derrick Henry's first play was an 80-yard touchdown, and Chase taunted me, so that was fun. Thanks, Chase. Geno looked good, though. ETN I'm a little worried about, I'm not going to lie. DJ Moore I'm a little worried about. Brock Bowers, I don't know what to do between Brock Bowers and Ferguson. Obviously, I love Amon-Ra and Dave Montgomery. They're both on bye this week, which is not fun for me. And this is the second week in a row my kicker's got me like 0 or 2 points. So really need a kicker. It is what it is. I'm 2-2. I'm in 4th place, but I don't feel great. Like I felt great after week 1 and 2 because I had Cooper Kupp. Everyone was firing. I felt good with Rasheed. I don't feel good. Don't feel good about the boys right now. If we lose this week to Rory with our best player on bye week, I'm gonna be in trouble. I'm gonna have to start getting in the gym and start putting up some shots. But that's a good transition. Let's talk about this upcoming week's matchup, shall we? Let me get everything all set up over here. All right. First matchup that we're going to get into. We got we have Sam and Gillum. Sam is about an 8-point favorite right now. That's because Gillum is starting Deshaun Watson for some unbeknownst reason to me. There's definitely a better option to start than Deshaun Watson on the waivers, but he's 4-0. I'm not 4-0. Who am I to judge? But that is a crazy decision. He's got Jalen and Devonta on bye. Sorry. Sam is without Tony Pollard and Jameson Williams. So this is the first week where all the buys are going to start hitting. Like I said, Sam's an 8-point favorite. He got Kareem off the waivers this week. I think a bunch of people put in claims for him. Obviously, Trey McBride, as he gets him back too, and Jaden Reed looks awesome. So I think Sam's team, candidly, maybe he's turning a corner. That was a really good win last week against Derek. I can't obviously endorse anyone who has Deshaun Watson as their starting quarterback, 1, because he's evil, and 2, because he's bad. So, not going to get too much into this matchup. I think Sam's going to give Gillum his first loss this week. I'm going to write that down on my spreadsheet really quick before I move on to the next one. Week 5. Sam, Chris. Okay. Yeah, so I'm not really going to harsh on that one. I just saw Deshaun, and that was that. That's all that was. Okay. All right, this is a really good matchup, too. We got some good matchups this week. Caleb and Chase, 2nd and 3rd place, going up against each other. They are projected within 0.7 points of each other. Caleb has Jahmyr Gibbs on bye. Chase has Goddard and Calvin Ridley, but Travis Kelce back to getting a lot of more targets with Rasheed out. So I don't think he was going to start Goddard anyway. He wasn't going to start either of these guys. Obviously, both these teams coming off huge wins. They were the 1st and 2nd leading scorers last week, so both these teams are hot. We'll get into Caleb's side first. Obviously, Jaden Daniels, he's actually the QB1 in the year so far. Kenneth Walker looks scary. He's starting Kyle Pitts, which, honestly, I'm assuming that Caleb's at work right now, and he hasn't realized that he got Tucker Kraft off the waivers yet, and he's going to sub Tucker Kraft in for Kyle Pitts, and that will bump his projection up a couple points, too, so he'll be about a 3-point favorite. But yeah, he's got Courtland Sutton, who I think I've talked about my beef with Courtland Sutton. I don't like Courtland Sutton. Rashid Shaheed, obviously, is very boom or bust. Scary Terry looks great with Jaden Daniels. The Jaden Daniels Scary Terry stack. Who would have thought that was going to be the stack? And then Kenneth Walker. Jonathan Taylor did not practice today. That is something to monitor. Caleb, I picked up Trey Sermon. We can talk trade if you want. But definitely something to monitor. And then we got on Chase's side, we got Purdy, Derrick Henry, Brian Robinson, who also didn't practice today. A lot of injuries going around this whole season, but these two running backs squaring off against each other. We'll see. Neither of these guys' benches look super deep right now. Let me get through all of it. We've got Mike Evans, Diggs, Kelsey, Tyreek, Ramondre. Ramondre might actually get benched for Antonio Gibson. I don't know if you guys saw Gerard Mayo say that this morning, that Ramondre fumbles too much, so he's going to look to Gibson, who also fumbles way too much. It's just a mess going on in New England right now. But very interesting from a fantasy perspective. Seahawks defense is a great play. The Raiders defense against Denver, that's actually a pretty good play too, in my opinion. I don't know what to do for this game, fellas. This is going to be a good game. I just lost to Chase, but Caleb was just the leading scorer. I don't think Jonathan Taylor is going to play this week, and I don't think that Caleb really has a good enough fill-in for him. It'll probably be Demarcus Robinson, judging from his bench, but I don't know. I think Caleb losing JT would be more detrimental than Chase losing Brian Robinson. So for that reason, I will be picking Chase over Caleb. But again, like, both these teams are hot right now. I'm glad that I don't have to play either of them this week on my bye week. Okay, we got Steele and Derek. This is another good matchup. We got two 2-2 teams squaring off. Steele's projected for 134, Derek's 122, and it's because Derek is missing Saquon this week. who is his best player, as we all know. But we'll do Steele first. He picked up Colby Parkinson off the waivers for Laporta's bye week this week. Hawkinson, he does get back. They activated his window, so he'll be back in the next few weeks, which I'm sure he's very excited about. But yeah, man, you're starting Jerry Jeudy? What? Okay. Lamar, Aaron Jones, Jordan Mason, Malave, Justin Jefferson, Colby Parkinson, Christian Kirk, Jerry Jeudy. I can't endorse Jerry Jeudy, but the rest of your team looks very solid. Olave's been decent. He's the wide receiver 19 so far this year. Jordan Mason's running back 5. Aaron Jones has looked great. A lot of stock in Minnesota, which has worked out for Steele so far because they're 4-0. Probably the best. They probably look the best in the NFL, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. But there go my dogs. And then we got Derek, 122 projection. Dude, Garrett Wilson stinks. I just got rid of him in my other league. He stinks. DK's been awesome. Malik Neighbors has been awesome. Mari Cooper's meh. I feel like I've been talking for a lot, so I might speed things up a little bit. You guys know where I'm going with this. Hate to do it. Gotta pick Steele over my son. Let me yell at my dogs really quick. Guys, Kratos, hey, come here. Up top. Thank you. They're upset because I haven't fed them. I'm late to feed them. Next matchup. Almost done. Let's get into it. Oh my God, we had 2 toilet bowl matchups today. So I'm counting myself and Rory's toilet bowl matchup just because I have a lot of people on bye. My team hasn't looked good. And then Ben and Ford. We got the 8th place, 10th place game. Man, that's fun. Who's affected by the bye? They don't really have that many people. Ford's got Ladd on bye. Ben's got Quentin Johnson on bye. Those are 2 guys that you're hoping you're not going to start on a weekly basis. We'll do Ford's side first. Devin Singletary did not practice today. He has a groin injury, so that's something to monitor. He did get Wan'Dale Robinson off the waivers, so I'm sure he'll just plug him in. If he gets him back, he's got Njoku. Maybe he gets back for the first time. Mixon, again, did not practice today. We'll see, man. Ford's been hit by the injury bug pretty hard. CJ Stroud, Bijan, who's playing tomorrow. Rashad hasn't been great. T. Higgins, Deontay, Kittle, Debo, Chuba. I like it, Ben. I like the vibes. I like the energy. I like the nickname Benny D. I'm liking everything that's putting out. Both of these guys have been featured on Loser of the Week videos so far this season. But I'm rocking with Benny D. It's going to be Benny D over Ford here. Ben Ford. All right, last matchup. We got me and Rory. This is the lowest total scoring. Rory's projected for 124. I'm projected for 121. I am very much hurt by the Lions bye week this week. I got Amon-Ra and no Demont, and then injuries. Obviously, I have Rasheed and Cooper Kupp. So injury bugs hitting me pretty hard. A.J. Brown, luckily, is on bye for Rory. J.K. Dobbins is on bye as well. So looks like Rory's plugging in Darnell Mooney and Najee Harris. I can't lose to that. I really can't lose to that. But my team is looking very depleted this week. Obviously, my bench looks very thin. And I'm really worried about Travis Etienne. I can't lose to Najee Nation. I feel like I just can't. I can't pick myself. I can't bring myself to pick someone to win who has Najee in their team name. So I won't. I'm going to pick myself even though I definitely shouldn't. It will never be Najee Nation. But that about wraps it up for the week. About 23-minute video. Got a little long. Got a little excited. But that's what we do it for. Hope you guys enjoy. As always, no one trade to steal. Have a good week, fellas.